The Throne. So I usually don't watch historical movies, dramas, anything like that, but I have a couple of exceptions, and The Throne is one of them. Reason being, Yu is in it, and that man makes me want to watch him on screen. I have no idea what it is about him. I really like him as an actor. Like, he's just so interesting. Even if he plays like smaller roles, it's just good to watch him. And I just started watching Secret Love Affair that he's in. So, and I'm really enjoying that. Like, I really like him on screen. Oh my god, like, he's good. I feel like, do people know that he's good? He's good. I like him a lot. And I was like, you know what? I watched Veteran with him. I watched like For Likes, and I thought I was gonna watch another movie with him before I start watching an entire drama with him, because it's 16 episodes, and I was like, I want to watch another movie before I get into that. So I picked The Throne. And like I said, I usually don't watch historical movies, but to me they're always like almost the same thing. The Throne deals with a father that's trying to deal with his son that's unfit to rule. And Empire of Lust dealt with a father that was dealing with his son that was unfit to rule. And there might be different elements, you know, some movies might have more romance, some movies might focus more on battles and action, others might focus more on politics. This one focused on the father, mostly. I really enjoyed this movie. It's 2 hours, but it didn't feel long. It kept me there interested. There were a couple of scenes where I was just like, okay, like, I don't care about this, but you know, that's my personal thing with historical movies where I just don't. But it kept me interested most of the time, and Yu was great. Like, his role was great. He did great. The father was really interesting as well. So this is based on a true story about a king who locks up his son, the heir to the throne. He locks him up in a rice chest for 8 days. When his son tries to kill him. So it gets right into it, you know. The movie starts with him, like, with a sword in his hand, and he's gonna go kill his father, and then it's the next day, and he's getting locked up. And I'm all like, what? Does this movie assume that I know the story? Because I don't know it. I don't know Korean history at all, so it's not something that we studied in school. We barely got through European history. And I'm like, what's happening? Are they gonna just assume that we know the story? Are they not gonna tell us? But then they go back in flashbacks. And I really like the way that they told the story, because they kept alternating between him being in the rice chest every day, and it would say day 1, day 2. It would alternate between that and how everyone's dealing with the fact that he's in there locked up, including his father, his mother, his wife, his son, the other people in the, I guess, palace. It's a palace, right? It's a palace. And then it would go back to him being, you know, him as a child, going to school, you know, learning how to be a king. He had no love for studying like his father did. So right off the bat, his father is quite disappointed in him. He gets married as a child, and he has a good relationship with his wife. I like that. You know, usually the wife is either completely ignored in these types of situations when it's an arranged marriage, or, you know, she's just kind of there and maybe is there to be abused or something. Like, usually. I liked the fact that they were friends. They met as kids, you know, they had to get married. She cried her eyes out, you know, that's not something that she really wanted, but they had a good relationship. He treated her well, and they were friends. They had a son together later on, you know, things were okay. But Yu just lost his damn mind, you know, and it's really interesting look at how being forced to do something that you don't want to really fucks you up. Basically the story is the father really didn't want the throne. You know, he really didn't want it. He got it because his older brother died, and he was forced to take it. So, you know, he was ready to give it to his son. He was ready to give it to his son and just be done with it. But his son fucking sucked, honestly, and, he didn't do it on purpose. He wasn't like a cruel king or anything. He wasn't dumb either. It's just that he was really uneducated. He didn't spend his childhood learning all the philosophies that the other kings sort of provided, and when it came to decisions, he had no idea what to do. And then his father didn't help at all, because his father would be like, he would make a decision, and then his father would be like, why'd you do that? And then next time it would come, for him to make a decision, he'd be like, Dad, what should I do? And he's like, why are you asking me? I'm like, bruh, like, you get pissed if he makes the decision by himself, but then you get pissed if he asks you to. Like, come on, So that relationship was just not good. It was just not good. Yuan he would rather sort of just play around all day and be a kid, and then later on he liked poems and arts and painting and all that and dancing, and his father was not having it. And his father was quite just dismissive of his son, and instead of sitting him down and actually helping him be a good king, he sort of criticized him all the time. And it's just, but you can't feel bad for the dad either. It's like, he had to make his son a good ruler, otherwise people would step on him. And it was just fucked up. It was a kid that didn't know how to communicate with his dad and tell him that this is not what he wanted. Or, if he was forced to be king, then he should at least get some help. And then there's the father that doesn't know how to communicate with his son and just wants to show him that he's being tough on him because he loves him and because he needs to make him a better king. And from that, from them being able to communicate, this whole mess happens, A son that tries to kill his father, and then a father that locks up his son. And it was really interesting to watch. I cried a bit at the end, I have to admit. I'm not gonna spoil the ending, but I think it's pretty clear what happens. But I cried when the ending was sort of happening. There was a lot of things happening there. It was quite a long ending scene. It just kept going and kept going and kept going. And I kept crying and I kept crying. And I really enjoyed it, honestly. It was an interesting look at how being able to communicate with someone really fucks everything up. And I don't know why this was called the throne. When they were literally like, no, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it. Like, they were just fighting over who gets to take it, but not for themselves, but for the other one. They were just like, no, I don't want it. No, I don't want it either, Dad. No, son, you have to take it. Dad, please. I don't want it. Like, they just kept fighting over, like, you take it. The throne. I don't know. It doesn't fit as a title at all. It's not about that. It's not about the struggle to get to power or anything like that. It's not about them fighting over who gets to stay in power or anything. It's about a father and a son. It's not about the throne at all, but whatever. And Park So-dam is in this. Very, very briefly, I love this girl. First time I saw her was because it's the first time with Kim Min-jae and Lee Min-ho from SHINee. And I really liked her in that. I really liked her. And most recently I saw her in Veteran. And again, another movie with Yuan, and she had a tiny, tiny part in there too. So, I think she's like in talks to start a new drama, so I'm excited. I'm gonna check it out. If she's in a new drama, I really like her. One thing I hate about some movies do this, but it's like, I fucking hate it. And they did it like right at the end, and I was fucking pissed. That damn fucking low budget slow-mo shots that sometimes they use to be dramatic, but they were clearly not shot in slow-mo, so you have frames missing, and it's awful. It's like a laggy game of Call of Duty. It's like, it's choppy and it looks terrible, and they do it for dramatic effect, but it's not dramatic at all. And I think Game of Thrones did it in episode 9 of season 6, but it did in a good way, where there was a battle, no spoilers for Game of Thrones, goddammit. There was a battle, and they had you know, these sort of choppy slow-mo shots, but it felt right at the time because a certain character was in a certain situation where this made sense. Here, it made no goddamn sense. I hate those shots. Oh my, they look terrible, and I'm just like, invest in a phantom. Invest in a phantom. You can always take out frames, you can never add frames. And it was clear that it wasn't shot in slow-mo, and you cannot add frames to slow-mo, and it was just terrible. So, stop doing that. There were like 2 shots. They were like, oh, choppy and shit. Just stop doing that. It looks terrible. And yeah, other than that, that's like my only criticism of this movie. I really like Ryan. You know, the way he changed. He had a good relationship with his father as a kid, and then growing up, he tried to be king temporarily. He tries to be king temporarily, and it just doesn't work out. And he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. So he just brings a bunch of, like, priests and shit, and just weird people around him, and he spends his days, you know, he doesn't even go to see his wife or son. He spends his days drinking, and staying in a damn coffin, with, like, weird music and dancing around him, and he's just fucking crazy. Like, he just loses his mind, and he's just like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want now. Like, I don't give a shit. And it's just so interesting to see him just lose his mind like that. And I mean, you have to be crazy in order to grab a sword and go kill your father, knowing who your father is, and knowing the consequences. He knew he wasn't gonna get away with it, so it was quite interesting, The Throne. I don't know if I'm going to be watching any more historical things. Usually the way I pick my Korean movies is if I like an actor or an actress, I, you know, look up their movies and I watch what's interesting. Or if I hear about a movie that's coming out that was really good. Like, that's how I heard about Veteran. I heard it was really good and just happened to be with UIN, so... yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be watching any more historical shit. It's not my type of thing, but I guess I'm enjoying it, sort of. I'm going to be watching Scarlet Heart, which is a new historical drama, so we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's not like 50,000 episodes, because I'm not going to... I fucking refuse to watch a drama that's over 20, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, UIN, thumbs up. I'm going to go watch Secret Love Affair, where he plays a pianist that has a secret love affair with an older married woman. And I'm 3 episodes in, and the secret love affair part hasn't started yet. They've kissed once, but the actual secret love affair part hasn't started, and I'm really excited for it to begin. So I'm gonna go and watch that, hopefully, and get some sexy times between a married woman and a young pianist, because that's entertaining. So, yeah, The Throne, thumbs up. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
자결하라.
전하, 침전해 드실 시간이 지났사옵니다.
아비가 자식을 위해 책을 만드는데 자네 같으면 잠이 오겠는가? 왕가에서는 자식을 원수처럼 여긴다 했다. 네가 왕이 되면 알 것이다.
자식을 생각하는 부모의 본심이야 어찌 다르겠습니까?
이 나라 군대가 당신들 침묵을 도모하는 곳이오.
왕은 결정하는 자리가 아니야. 신하들의 결정을 윤호하고 책임을 묻는 자리다.
예, 다 제 잘못입니다. 나는 그렇게 살기 싫소.
이것은 나라 일이 아니고 집안일이다.
내가 바란 것은 아버지의 따뜻한 눈길 한 번, 다정한 말 한마디였소.
아비를 살려주소서!
이것이 우리의 운명이다.